My shirt is so wrinkled, but I'm literally in a rush and I had to get this message out. God is like, hurry up and speak to these people before you go do what you gotta do. So, you ever meet someone or you're having a conversation with someone, y'all? Why my thing keep flinching like that? You ever meet someone, you have a conversation with someone, and they're just telling you their story and all that they have been through, and you know, the disappointment and the trauma, and they're just telling you about how their family ain't this and their friends ain't that, and how they just never had opportunities. They grew up in this world and they had this and da 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 da, and you're just waiting. You're like waiting for them to get to the good part, you know, the testimony part, you know, the part where they defeated the odds, the part where they didn't become who society already expected them to become. You know what I'm saying? They and you know, just settle. They actually push forward. They use that as motivation, and they never get to that goddamn part. And they never get to the goddamn part. They never get to the part how they went against the odds. It's just the same damn story over and over and over and over. And I'm like, well, where's the part where you defeated it? Where's the part where you stomped the devil out? Where's the part where you actually persevered and follow your dreams and you was different in your family and you didn't become, you know, in the streets or a drugs addict or you know, where's that part? But they ain't got that motherfucking part. Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, but we don't care about your story if you don't have a testimony. We want to hear testimonies. I want to hear testimonies. Stop coming to me with y'all stories. You just talking and talking and talking my goddamn ears off. My ears are already small. You talking my goddamn ears off about your story and what you've been through. Do you know how many people is in this earth right now? No, I don't either. But do you know how many people on this earth have a story? The same amount of people that's on this earth. We all have a story, okay? Everybody was born here without their consent, okay? Your parents had sex, did what they do. Boom, you became here. We all gotta work with the cards that we was dealt. It's up to you to make a change. You can either stay a victim or you could grab the motherfucking victory, bitch. Are you a victim or you got the victory? I'm tired of hearing the victim stories, yo. I'm tired of hearing it. God is tired. He wants you to change it. He wants it to be a testimony. He wants people to hear how God stepped in. He want to hear how you got the confidence, how you gained the faith to move forward, to be different. Your mama wasn't shit, so you going hard so that you are shit. So that when you have children, your children have somebody to live up to, not you doing the same shit that your mother did. You ever had someone or a parent be like, my parents was the worst, they was so evil, they was mean, they did. And you thinking that they gonna be different, but they end up being the same damn way. You are just adding to the generational curse. You are keeping that generational cycle going. You're not claiming the victory. You don't have no testimony. No one gives a fuck about your story if you haven't made it a testimony. We want to hear how you beat the odds. I want to hear how you went to college and you did what you did. I want to hear how you are successful in your career. I want to hear how you used to not be able to eat, or your family was you not able to afford food, but now you can afford things. You can take care of your family. I want to hear the different shit. Tell me something different. Y'all story is not inspiring because there's no testimony. You didn't get through the test, so you don't have no testimony. You are still going through the same damn test over and over. You ain't getting it yet. God is trying to get something through your goddamn skull. You need to pass some tests first. You need to get the healing. Motherfuckers not passing no tests, so they ain't got no testimony. I don't want to hear it. Go do the work. Go heal. We don't want to keep hearing the same damn story. Do you know how many people grow up in families that ain't shit? And families that neglected them? And households where you couldn't afford to eat? Bitch, I've been there. We was eating rice for like a week, 2 weeks. Bitch, you ever had rice and ketchup? You ever had rice and cheese? Come on now. We all have a story. You ever shopped at the Salvation Army? We all have a story. But what did you do with that? Are you working hard now to change that up? Are you working hard now to change the trajectory for your children? Or is you going to have your same children starving? They can't eat because you ain't got no fucking money. You ain't, as a parent, you ain't setting them up right. You can't, you know, you grew up, you didn't have no, you knew how it felt to wake up Christmas and it wasn't no gifts because your family ain't had no money. Are you working hard now so that your kids don't have to experience that same pain because you felt it, so you know how it feels? What are you doing now to change your damn story? How are you working now so that you could change the story and make it a testimony? So you could inspire people. So you could give people hope to know that if they believe in God, God will bring them out. Yes, you're going to go through things. Yes, your cards is just dealt the way that they are. You might be adopted. You might be growing up with a family and then come to find out that it ain't your goddamn family. Are you going to be sad, crying about it, being a victim the whole goddamn life? No. No, you're going to prove to them that you can still do what you need to do despite what type of family you grow in. That's what the fuck God want to see. That's what I want to see. From now on, stop coming to me telling me y'all damn stories. Tell me how you grew the fuck up. Tell me how you went into isolation and you healed. Tell me how you got closer to God. Tell me how God helped you with your confidence and told you that you can achieve it and you went for it and you achieved it. Tell me that part. Get to the good part. We all have a story, baby. I'm not here to cry with you. I'm here to figure out the solution. I'm not here to keep talking about the problems and the problems. Babe, we were talking about problems. We're going to be talking all night. It's a lot of problems. We all dealing with problems. I know whoever's watching me now, you have problems now. You probably was dealing with problems growing up. We all have that. Neglectful parents. You might have even been molested, touched, sexual assault. Come on, I've been through there. I did that. But am I a victim and am I out here using that as an excuse to why I can't persevere in life? No, I'm a motherfucking model. I went against the odds. I beat the motherfucking odds. I'm living a home. I have my own place. I'm successful. I'm doing what I need to do. I could have been like, oh, I was born in the hood. I'm from the projects. So, you know, opportunities is limited. That's bullshit, bro. If you want to, you could do it. If you really wanted to change your story, you can change your motherfucking story. But guess what? People don't want to change. They just want to be able to keep telling that damn story over and over again. You sound like a grown-ass baby just whining. I know everybody have been in my situation where you heard, where you're linking with someone and they just telling you their story and you just like, where's the good part? Are you still in the same energy? Have you changed? Are you rich yet? Are you working extra hard? Like, and then don't let them have kids. So now you pissing me the fuck off because now you're staying in that. You're not changing your story around to make it a testimony for your children. Get the fuck out my face. And they quick to say, oh, you don't have children, so you don't understand how hard it is. Bitch, if I had children, I would already be wealthy and rich as fuck right now. Wouldn't nothing stop me. That would be my biggest motivation. So y'all need to shut the fuck. If you live in the United States, if you are able to even watch this video right now, you have internet and there's a way for you to make money. Motherfuckers is lazy. Y'all waiting for handouts. Y'all waiting for people to put y'all on. Motherfuckers want me to be the model so that I can help them become a model. No, go do your fucking research like I did. Go through your test and trials like I did so you can have a true testimony. I don't have just a sad story. I have a testimony about how I overcame it. How I didn't have support. I didn't have support from friends. I didn't have support from my own family. But guess what? I still persevered. Okay? I didn't have a stable home. But guess what? I moved out, got a job, and got my own place. That's how you have a testimony. What's your testimony, y'all? Motherfuckers like you're boring me with the stories. Do you know how many people have a story of stories all day, but no one cares if you didn't overcome it? We want to know how you got out of that thing. No one cares about the problems. How do you solve it? How did you solve your problem? What did you do to solve your problem so that you never have to worry about that problem? So that your wife never have to worry about that problem? So your children don't have to worry about that problem. Vice versa. Flip it how it flips for your, flip it how it fits for your situation. But you saying, oh, you grew up in the hood, you grew up in the projects, you grew up in the streets, y'all was in gangs, you was fighting, It's not an excuse. What are you doing now, babe? It's so many people that have that same story, but they work towards a goal and now they have a testimony. It's a difference between somebody having a story and somebody truly having a testimony. Everybody have a story, but not everybody has a testimony because not everybody is equipped to pass the test so you could get to the money part. The money part, the good part, the richest part. Where is y'all testimony? You grown, people be grown as hell. Still talking about their same story. Still talking about how they grew up this way. They didn't have this. They didn't have it. Bro. Because there's somebody out here in the world that have way less than you, that probably had a crazier story than you, and guess what? They still beat the odds. They still persevere, and they're probably healthy as fuck right now. So, and wealthy as fuck. So what are we talking about? I'm really tired of people just getting on my motherfucking goddamn nerves with these stories. Tell me how you persevered. You can't say, oh, I want to make it to the NFL. I want to make it to the NBA. But, you know, the town that I'm from is a small town. You know, we don't get noticed. Bitch, that's a bigger reason for you to get noticed. If you're the best person on that basketball team, oh, babe, the recruiters is going to talk. If you're the best one on the team and you're from a small town area, I feel like it's easier for you to get noticed. Because you're not in the school where it's already all the stars is at. Now they can focus just on you. Like, come on, y'all. It's no excuse. It's motherfuckers that come from the hoodest hoods, and guess what? They still made it. They still follow their dreams. They still accomplish their goals. Y'all motherfuckers is lazy, and y'all want to keep using that same story. You want people to feel sad and sorry for you. No one feels sad and sorry for you. Why? Because we all have a story. We feel you because we probably been there, but we don't feel you anymore because we changed our story to make it a testimony. So now we're not even on the same vibe because I'm not in that mode to just be whining and sad about what I've gone through. I'm in this business now where when I'm speaking to people, telling them about my life and what I've been through, it's always a testimony. So when I do get to telling them my story, motherfuckers is surprised to hear what I actually been through. I don't look like what I've been through. I don't act like what I've been through. I don't need to see you and talk to you and I can see everything that you already been through. I want to be shocked when you tell me, yeah, my mom, you know, she left me when I was a youngin' and I didn't have this, and I'm seeing you as this whole new person. I'm like, what? I would have never known. Like, damn, you was in foster care. You had this, and this. We want to hear that. We want to hear that. And if anybody get offended about this video, you're probably the one that keep telling motherfuckers all your stories and what you've been through and how people ain't shit and how you was wronged and all the trauma. Build with that. Use that as motivation. That's what I did. To get to where I gotta get, I used all the no's and people hating and not thinking that I could get to that level and stuff, thinking that it was impossible to reach. That's what made me go hard to become a model, bro. That's what did it for me. Now I have a testimony. It doesn't just sound sad and depressed. It doesn't just sound like I'm still stuck. I'm still lost. I don't know what to do. No, I know what to do. I passed all the tests. When God was sending things my way, I was passing the test. So guess what? Now I have a money. You feel me? Testimony. I was in the spirit last night and I was talking to God and I'm like, God, what are we, you know? I was like, what's going on? What's going on with these people? They don't understand how bad and serious it is to have a testimony. Everybody has a story. It's fucked up, but we don't have no control. This is just the cards that you was dealt. This is just the family that you was born into. This is just your life, right? How are you going to make that bad thing turn into a good thing? That's what I want to hear. Because then that shows that you're strong. You have the strength. You have the power. You know how to make nothing out of something. You're the diamond in the rough, babe. Let me tell you. Show me that. Tell me about how you the rose that grew out of concrete, bitch. How no one believed in you. How the odds it wasn't in your favor. Tell me about that. Tell your friends about that. Tell your family about that. They tired of hearing the same story. They want to hear how you did it. We want to hear that you went hard and you changed your lifestyle around. Yes, you grew up this way, but you're doing this so that you don't have to go through that. And most importantly, your children don't have to go through that. You're changing up the whole generation. You're breaking the curse. You're changing up the cycle. I'm so sorry how wrinkled my shirt is. I don't even play like this. When I'm outside, I iron my clothes. I still iron my clothes. Yes, I do. But this is because I needed to get on here and get this motherfucking video out. God was like, hurry up, get this video out because you got some things to do. I need to do some things. I'm not even dressed. I need to get dressed and all of that. But you know, I got to be obedient. God tell me to speak. I got to get to speaking. You feel me? But it's just, yo. And then, right? You talking to somebody, you waiting for them to get to the solution part, you know, how they're going to change their situation with some logic, like real life plans, you know, small goals that's going to lead to big goals. And you might even try to, you know, help them and give them some advice or some resources and things that they can do. But motherfuckers are so prideful and they love living in their story, they don't even really accept the help. If you don't have no children, and they got children, they don't even want to hear from you because they feel like you can't relate, you don't understand, da, da, da. I don't need to have children to know about children. First of all, I have 8 siblings. Second of all, I have 3 younger brothers that I damn near raised. I know about children. I have 9, 10, 11 nieces and nephews now. You don't need to have children to know a clean and a nice household. We were all children before. Y'all forgot that part? You forgot that you was once a child, I was once a child, so I know what a kid needs because I was once a kid. Y'all forgot that part, huh? Y'all forgot that part? You so busy being defensive, I'm trying to help you, but because you feel like I'm not worthy enough, you don't want to take the help. That's why motherfuckers still got that same story. That's why motherfuckers life ain't changing. Y'all just saying that same damn story over and over and again because you're not teachable. You're not helpable. You don't want nobody to help you. You're prideful. And you want to stay a victim. You want people to continue to feel bad for you. No one feels bad no more. Like some stories are just fucked up. But it's not. It's always a solution. It's always a way. And you want to know why I know that? Because I'm a child of God. And I know with God, there's a way. There's always a way. Anything is possible with God on your side. Everything is possible with God on your side. There's always a way. But you got to humble yourself to get to that way, depending on your situation. People don't have no humility and you just repeating the same story. Babe, humble your fucking self so you could get out of this story. So you could get out of this illusion that you can't break out of this story. You stuck in an illusion. You're not changing your life. Nothing is changing here. It's just, you just changing the people that you're telling the story to. That's it. That's the only thing that's changing is the people that's hearing it. And then you're going to come across the person that's going to be like me. That's going to be like, okay, bro, what's the solution? How are we going to fix this? Because, listen, it's bigger things to worry about. Like, bro, but you really need a crib. Like, what you going to do? Like, you can't be homeless. Or you have children. Like, so what you going to do with your kids? Like, how you going to see your kid? How your kid, where y'all going to live? Where y'all, like, let's get to the solution. Like, people really like staying a victim because it makes them feel good. It gives them an excuse to not work as hard. They feel like it gives them a pass. Baby, your ass is grass. I'm tired of y'all with these stories. Stop repeating these stories. If I'm tired, I know your friend is tired of hearing it. I know your sibling is tired of hearing it. I know your parents is tired of hearing it. I know the coworkers is. We tired. We want to hear how you persevered. We want to hear how motherfuckers didn't support you. They didn't believe in your dream, your goal, and you kept pushing forward and you did it. And now motherfuckers is bowing down to you like Joseph Brothers was. Can we get to that part? Let me get to the good part. Can we get to the good parts? Because you have a choice. You could get there. You could change your life. You could change your story. You just got to be able to pass the test. You have to have some humility. Okay? You have to take the help, the resources. You don't know who God is sending in your life to help you. God could be sending someone in for, financial help, or God could be sending someone in for emotional just support, just listening to you to give you some good knowledge, or you could just be getting someone that has resources to help you. You cannot be egotistical. You cannot be unhumble. You have to humble yourself. Who do you think you are? Because right now you're just a story. You didn't pass no test. You're not making no money. You ain't making no noise. You didn't put the test with the money yet. You don't have a testimony. You still in the story. You still fresh meat, basically. Like when you hear all these stories and people making it out, come on, Tyler Perry, he was homeless in his car, and guess what? He's a big millionaire now with movies and television shows, with a whole studio. Let's talk about that. Do you see how that's a testimony? Do you see how that is inspiring? Do you see how that makes people want to keep working? It doesn't matter if you're homeless. It doesn't matter if you grew up, you didn't know what you were going to eat. It doesn't matter if your parents was on drugs, your parents was abusive. It doesn't matter if this person was doing this to you. You have to use that to grow the fuck up and be the best person that you can be and go after your dreams. You have to use that to go in there and get to know God so God can show you who you are and who you're supposed to be on this earth. Y'all think y'all got all day. All you have is now, the present, today. If you're watching this video right now, that's all you have. You cannot go back to yesterday. We cannot go back to the day before yesterday. The past is gone, dead, gone, boom, knocked out, gone. And the future is non-existent. You cannot touch it. It's intangible. You can't touch it, babe. All you have is now, the present moment now. What are you doing now? How are you changing now? Are you humble now? Are you listening to your resources, your help that God is sending in? Are you passing the test now? Y'all think y'all got all day and night. You don't. And you never know how long you have with certain people. God could be sending someone in your life to help you with something. You're not humble enough to get the help, so they move on to the next thing, their next assignment by God. Now you just missed out. You don't know what kind of information or help they was there to give to you, but because you're not humble enough, you don't have no humility, God told them to get the fuck. And now you still stuck. And God is going to try again. He's going to probably send someone else your way to see if you're going to take the help this time. But if you still ain't humble, then you're still going to be fucked. But the first thing is like be real. Like be real. It's either you want to change your story or you want to have the same story forever and ever and ever and ever. You just want to stay the victim. And I don't want nobody to think I don't have no heart or, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I was this and this happened to me. Listen, babe, you're not the only one that happened to. And you're not the only one that it happened to. But guess what? Some of those people that it happened to, they persevere, they push through, they doing what they need to do. They're changing their life around. They're breaking the cycle so that their kids and everybody else don't have to go through the same thing that they went through. You're not the only one. Everyone has to understand that you're not the only one. We all have fucked up stories. A lot of us came into this world with a fucked up story. A lot of us, like you're not the only one, babe. You're not the only one. You're not special. I'm sorry. You're just not the only one. If you was the only one on the earth who came into this world with a shitty story, then we would definitely have, some more empathy and sympathy for you. But you're not. Literally, every last person in this earth got a story. Everybody. Even if you feel like their story is not as real as yours, serious as your babe, you don't know how traumatic that made someone be. You don't know how that caused them to, be mentally unstable or financially unstable. It's not your job to judge. Yes, someone could have grew up in a family with money, but what if their families lack the emotional support? So now they're mentally unstable. Now they're closed off. Now they don't know how to show love or receive love because they didn't grow up in a house full of love, but they had their bills paid. So now you're thinking, oh, well, you don't understand because I didn't have my bills paid, but you grew up in a family of love. Your family stuck together. You knew what love is. Y'all came together. Your mom, we're going to get through this. It's different. So you might have financial issues, but you don't have the emotional issues. You know how to love. You know how to spread love. You know how to hug someone. You know how to show love. Like, come on, bro. Everybody has a story. Everybody goes through certain shit. Like, stop it. You're not the only one. But you can be the only one that stay in that position if you don't become a victor. If you don't start talking to God. If you don't try to change your situation. We're tired. And if you was a person that used to always share your story, you know what I'm saying. You get me. Before you became and you prospered and you made it a testimony, you understand exactly what I'm saying. You start to think back, you're like, damn, I was annoying as hell. I was always trying to tell people this and tell my story. They didn't really give a fuck. People want to hear how what you accomplished. What did you do? Yeah, your cards was dealt all wrong. But what did you do with them cards? Y'all get me? Y'all get me? So I'm finna end this video because I gotta go do what I need to do. But I just need to hop on here and say, listen, babe. We don't care about that story unless you got a testimony to follow after it. We want to know how you accomplish these things. We want to know how you beat the odds. The world wasn't in your favor. It was meant for you to just be a failure. It was meant for you to just be a drug addict because your mother was a drug addict, or your daddy was a drug addict, or your mother is an alcoholic, or your daddy is an alcoholic. It was meant for you to be, a killer because your family is the killers, but you changed it up. But you found God and you said, I'm not going to do the same thing that he did. I need to break this curse. I need to break the cycle. I'm going to be different. Your whole family is in poverty. But you decided, you know what? I need to get rich. I don't like this broke shit. I can't keep living paycheck to paycheck. I'm finna figure something out. And it's mad free courses online to figure out shit. YouTube is even free, but there is mad literally courses online where you can learn a new skill and get it going. But you have to want to change you. You have to want to get the victory and get rid of being a victim. Remember, 2 boys, 1 dad. The dad is an alcoholic. One son is going to become an alcoholic because that's what they seen. And one son is going to be like, hell no, I see it. And that is not the life that I want to live. And I'm going to make sure I'm not an alcoholic. They might even start to, get so big where they have like rehab centers, or they start doing events to ban alcohol. Because they know how alcohol can affect the person, because they seen their father do it and they knew they didn't want to be the same thing as their dad. So we all have choices. One mom that's addicted to drugs, you're going to have one that might get on drugs because their mother did it. Oh, well, my mom did it. That's just my life. It's whatever. Like, it was bound to happen. And then you got one that's like, hell no, I would never do a drug because I see how my mama is. I would never turn out like her. That's a mess. She can't even function. Nothing works out. Can't save no money, always spending money on drugs. So you going against the odds of what they have for your family. And you're like, no, I cannot be a victim. I'm not going to be like that. We have choices. It's always a choice. It's always a choice. You always have a choice. And I'm speaking for the United States of America. I don't know about all the other countries and what they got going on, but the United States of America, you always have a choice. We have choices now. Our generation, we have choices now. From like 1980s to our 1990 babies, even 2000s, we have choices now. It's really no excuse. We have choices now. We have choices now to be better than what we saw, to be different. We have a choice now. And again, people is tired. They don't want to hear your story. They want to hear how you conquered that bitch, though. They want to hear how you beat the lion, though. They want to hear that David and Goliath, how you took the risk and you beat that motherfucker down. We want to hear that. We don't want to hear how you still in the field, still fighting, still struggling, still sad, still stuck, can't move. We don't want to hear that. We want to hear how you beat Goliath, how you beat the system, how you beat your parents, how you beat your siblings who counted you out, how you beat your peers, whatever, just the world. 2 choices. It's always choices. No one cares about your story. They don't care about your story. Even if your parents died, trust me, they don't care about your story. They're going to be like, well, use it as motivation. What are you doing so that your parents can be proud of you now? I'm telling you, the real world, they don't give a fuck about your story. They don't care. They want to hear good shit. We need to hear testimonies. We need people to be believing in God, having faith in God, just knowing that they can achieve things. They could do it. That's what we need. We have a bunch of people that are just victims. We need people that got the victory now. I got the victory, the victory. Y'all can't even sing that. Because you ain't got the victory. You still stuck in the illusion that you can't get out. You still stuck in the illusion that this is supposed to be your life because your family members did it. Oh, none of your family is rich, so it's just impossible. You would never be rich. That's bullshit. You better be the first one to change it. You can be the first one to change it. All right, y'all. How about y'all in my next video? This is Nay, and I love y'all. Bye.